Okay, this is Hype again with Erika, and we just started another conversation, and I think this can be interesting to see what Erika is thinking about this.
Yes, about the present world and
Yeah.
how the changes are going to come about.
Yeah.
And I really think we are going to a new kind of economy, political system, and it's.
But tell about Iceland.
And
They are doing
there is
some-
already, for example, one country here in Europe, which is Iceland. They had the same problems as everybody else, and their economy was going very badly. And so they had to have new ideas about the economy.
Yeah.
And so they didn't pay out the banks, which most countries did. You know, there were more debts coming and so on. They just didn't pay the banks anymore. And they created a new economic model. And now that everyone gets the same salary, whether they have an academic job or just a normal job, everybody gets the same. And even if they don't have a job, they get the same. And it's a new model of society. And in fact, I have a friend who was called Bernard Lietaer. And he used to work for the World Bank at the time, and he is also a Jungian psychiatrist. And so he had always the ideas about a different model of economy and about alternative currencies or all these different kinds of models, and he was called to Iceland. And in fact, I sent him a report from the papers about Iceland and said, have you heard about it? And he said, yes, I went to see them. They asked me to give them counseling.
Okay.
And that was thanks to his help that they went. And he, at the moment, he is in Greece again because he is talking to the Greek people about their economy. And he's being called, he's been in Guatemala also. And he is called to different governments and he's talking about them, about solutions for a new economy. And he knows all about it. He's written a lot of books in English, Dutch, French, and Spanish also.
But the Iceland people, if you all get the same money,
yes,
is it not? Are they not frustrated? Someone, you know, if you
No,
want to have more. Or,
it's a small country, you know. It's easy to start in a small country, and they all agreed about it. I think they even had a referendum or so. Whether they agree about it, I'm not sure. But since it's a small country, it's easy to start with a small country, of course, you know, because there are not so many rich people, and those that were there agreed and put their money into the box to help with that. So there is lots of solutions, you know.
Of course.
And many people are already preparing. Also, the political system don't seem to work anymore. That's why so many people nowadays take responsibility and help themselves and help the other people. Like in Germany, all the refugees, when they came, there was lots of people, ordinary people, who went to the station and welcomed the refugees and said, hello, welcome, and so on. And taking responsibilities because the politicians can't solve the problem. And it just needs a bit more humanity. And understanding and wanting to help people. And I also say sometimes I have lived the war. I wouldn't want to live in a country where war is. I would be a refugee. You know, I can understand that. And so, and you can't send them back to their own countries where there's war. Of course, there are always some who profit by the situation and who are economic, you know, refugees. But the majority, they leave their countries because they can't live there anymore. And so, and also there's more and more studies nowadays of economists saying how precious it is to have the refugees because they can help our economies. And it's also good for everyone to come together, to live unity. You know, they have to open their minds to other people who are function differently and so on, and accept them in their economies.
I think so too.
There's so many good things going on. And being prepared, and if anything breaks down, there will be immediately new systems coming up. But at the moment, the lobby is still very strong. But I think it's really the last bits of the bad side, let's say, or the dark side, let's say, that they're still trying to catch themselves on something that's still there. But most people are ready for the change, and they said, we really don't want to go on like that. So it's everything is going, and the education system is not anymore up to the new world. You know, all the children, they have computers and all that. It's a completely different schooling nowadays. And the old teachers, they can't cope with it because they're not educated for that. And so it needs a whole different system. And it's all being built. It's all in the making. And there are people, plenty of them. There's millions of us who are thinking the same way. And so we just have to keep the vision of a better world, and so that every one of us can contribute to that and really keep the vision and not be afraid and know that all is very well.
What do you think about the population, you know? There's so many people, the population is growing.
There is enough for everyone. It's just a matter of distributing the richness that is there. So, 5% of the population have 90% of the money on the earth, and it just needs a different population. And if everybody was vegetarian, we have enough to eat, and it's okay. And we have enough space for everyone. There's no problem about it. We don't need to worry about it. It just needs another distribution, and we can all live happily together.
But if they all would live like you, then we don't need distribution at all.
Exactly, yes. Then we don't need the resources of the earth anymore. And there will be more and more. And I hear people come to me and say, I'm not so hungry anymore as I used to be. And I said, don't continue just eating as before, but listen to your body. Do you really want to eat now, or is it just because it's 12 o'clock and you need lunch, and it's 7 o'clock and you need dinner and morning breakfast and so on? And some people are just eating by boredom or by frustration. So it's not really necessary if you really be in contact with your body and ask it whether it really wants nourishment or not. And there's other nourishment. I'm nourished by beauty. I always have flowers here. And that's nourishment. Or listening to music. That's nourishment also. I like to go to live concerts of music. Fantastic. It's like breakfast, lunch and dinner at the same time for me.
That's a different one. Not many people do this like this.
Yes, and I've talked to a person who is a lot in the mountains, and he climbs in the mountains, and he said, I can understand you so well. All day when I'm out in nature, I don't need to eat. I eat very little, maybe a little bit of soup in the evening, that's all. When I'm in the mountains, I'm fine. And that's really, and there's a lifestyle in 8 points, which is also about meditation, prayer, silence in nature. Go into nature and you are happy there. And it's physical exercise, it's service, to other people. It's a light diet, it's sacred music, and it's control of your mind. That's an important one also.
But it's not easy.
It's really not judge the other person anymore. Everybody does their best all the time. And so that's important to really teach yourself that, and love everybody and see just the difference, and that everybody is here to, let's be together as a big family on one planet, and all together. And it's a fabulous world.
Okay. I think we leave by this. I think we made 2 good videos.
Yeah, I think so too. Yes. And
okay.
not to worry about anything.
That's a good one too.